anything. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace, love and mercy be upon you, ladies and gentlemen, the viewer. The chair that I'm sitting on, it's designed and made for disabled people. I'm not disabled, but who knows? Anybody could be disabled. It's a matter of a car accident or falling down, or anything could happen. That's in the hand of God. In some countries, they treat disabled as any normal citizen. Can act, can work, can do anything. As a matter of fact, many people believe disability is not through your physical or through your body. It is through your brain. In this country, in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we are proud to show you how do we treat disabled people. Today, I'm showing you a man. Let me call him a hero. He's not a hero, he's not a Saudi, but he is our brother Muslim who came from Pakistan to work in this great nation with the great people. And suddenly he had a car accident. But didn't stop him there. He started working and doing normal thing as any normal person. With my all privilege and honor, let me introduce you, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Amjad Siddiqi, with him in his life. Television, Channel 2 Bits and Pieces program. Could you introduce yourself and at the same time tell me how and when this accident happened?
Thank you very much for the second channel, Saudi Arabian television, that I have got this opportunity to say some things for my watchers, and that how I got the accident and how I become to the disabled. Actually, this happening about 5 years ago on 25th December 1981. I was coming away from my Medina Munawwara, in which car overturned and I ended up with spinal injury. And after that I never walked again. But I hope so in the future the time will come. I believe on one God. The time will come that I will walk again, inshallah ta'ala.
Mr. Amjad, the question is, how did you feel after you had that accident?
Oh, I was so much depressed when I had this accident. But after that, well, I know we are the Muslim and we face one God, and we know everything happening by the God, and we always think everything's coming from the God. And still I hope the time will come in future, then inshallah I will be walked again. I'm not so depressed due to this accident, because it can be happening any time or any person, and I'm managing still very well, and since 5 years I try my best to live a very independent with this life, and as myself I think I'm trying as much I can. Is good. Yeah.
Mr. Amjad, after the accident they took you to the hospitals.
Oh.
What happened there?
Well, I had this accident. After the accident I went to the local dispensary, and after that they transferred me to Central Hospital, where I have treatment about 9 months. Then I find there was no improvement regarding this treatment, and the doctor already told me there is no different, and we can say you have to have a more treatment in the hospital, or you have to go back home. But I request them that they can give me that training to become independent, and at that time there was not so much source like at present they have in the hospital. And well, then uh, I mean the condolence of to Holy Mass Malak Fahd bin Abdul Aziz. On my request, he sent it me to the England for further treatment, and I have 9 months in England for the rehabilitation training. After that, I come back to Saudi Arabia, and I started work again.
Mr. Amjad, in some countries they look upon the disabled people as useless. Thanks God, in our country they look upon you as a normal person. Can you tell us about your experience in other country and the other country that treat disabled people as normal?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to say that disability does not mean inability. I mean, disabled person is a normal person. He have the same mind. Well, the thing is notable, and we can say is makes be difficult that I cannot walk again. But I have a mind. My hands are still the same. My mind are still the same, and I have thinking with as a normal person's think. And I don't think so that the normal persons cannot work like other people. As I have seen in England, and I saw the people are working as a normal person during my treatment in England. And recently I have visited 16 countries, and I have visited about 42 rehabilitation centers, and during my visit I especially noted that how the disabled are living around the world, what are their problems and how they're managing their lives over there. And I feel there are some countries they are still have the problems, or they have not facilities like developing country, but still there are have a lot of opportunities for the handicapped people throughout the world.
I heard that you work in one of our local banks. Can you tell us about your regular or routine day?
Well, I am working here in a national bank, and I used to go to work, and I considered a very normal person as the other employees. And before about 2 years, when recently I was employed the same bank, they were afraid that maybe I will make problem for other employees, and maybe I cannot work. But no, they are quite happy. They consider me as a normal person. Usually I go to the office and I work as a normal person, then I come back from my work, and
Excuse me, Amjad, before you come back, what type of work you do at the bank?
Oh, actually at present I am working as a telex operator in the bank. And after finishing work, I come to my home. So I have my own car, which I am driving myself, and I think it's no problem for me that I'm working as a normal person working.
What kind of work you do at home?
Well, I'm doing everything with myself at my home because I am living alone, and I am, we can say, cooking myself and preparing home myself, and well, everything's just on, and I mean my all needs at home I'm doing myself. And also I have the exercise which is very important for the paraplegic and quadriplegia, that he can have the continuous exercises to, I mean, keep his life the same as I have the present position.
So do you cook for yourself? You clean your apartments? You clean the dishes?
Yes,
what else you do?
Well, I'm cleaning apartments. I'm cleaning the dishes. I'm cleaning my clothes. I'm washings and cooking and well, dressed on. The main thing is the handicapped persons cannot do this. It's very difficult, but I can do with myself very independently.
You mentioned 16 countries. What else did you visit?
Well, actually my mission was to know the life of handicapped people over there, how they are managing, how they are working, how is their country behavior with them, and how is their life, and how is the devices over there, and how is research are going on for the handicapped people in their countries. And I have visited 42 rehabilitation centers during my this world tour, and I have also seen latest devices. I have seen also latest research, and I have seen the latest environment they have made for the rehabilitation and for the handicapped people over there. And Well, as I have seen, and I am so much happy, and I have, as I am, I think I am proud for the all handicapped people, because their future is, I can say, that bright. And I think the time is not far when the handicapped will be considered as a normal person, as the normal persons are working in the field and they are living independently and they are working the everything with themselves.
Mr. Amjad, probably in your mission you faced some difficulties in your life, probably through the people you met or through your traveling. Can you explain some of these difficulties, please?
Well, during this travel, I have used all sorts of transportation and used all sorts of, we can say, train, aeroplane, and taxis. I also ride by, the sky lift. I also ride by the boat. I also ride by the ship, and I use all kind of sources over there.
Mr. Amjad, is there any advice to your brother and sisters, the handicapped and disabled people?
Well, yes, of course. I just request to the handicapped people, if they want to be live in the community with the independent, with the happiness, they should solve the problem with their own. They think they are not disabled person. They consider them as a normal person, and they try to become independent. And if they try with their own self, the people, the community will be help them. And inshallah ta'ala, the time will come when they will become like me as an independent person. They can live alone, they can work everything with their self. I know there are so many people, their relatives, their parents and their brother and sister, they become depressed because of their disability. But if they have their independent life, I think they will be happy with them, they will be cooperate with them, and I hope so, inshallah ta'ala, and they will be happy with this life. I just will request them again and again and again that they will try with their own self to become and to make their life easy, just become as an independent person.
Mr. Amjad, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, the disabled, you heard the message. Listen carefully. You are not a useless person. You are a very, very valuable person. God gave you the power, God gave you the brain, and God gave you the opportunity to function as a normal person. On behalf of all disabled people in this country, on behalf of all normal people in this country and other civilized country that treat the disabled people as normal, we thank you very, very much for being with us and listening to this story, the story of the heroes. This is Muhsin Sheikh Al-Hassan. Until we see you again, thank you. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Here's a report on the state of the art in this field. The report Power Plays profiles more than...
Back to our interview. Some local newspaper call you Wheelchair Man on his mission 1986. Could you tell us about this mission, please?
Well, that's right. The people considered me during my missions. I am the man on my mission 1986, and well, during this mission I was so much afraid before to start my mission that how is possible that I will visit 16 countries, and because it's not easy, even for the normal person it's not easy to visit 16 countries, and I was on a wheelchair. When I started by the grace of God, and I started my program from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Then I went to the England, then I went to the America and Canada and also other European countries, and I see the life of handicapped people over there. I saw in America a lady she cannot use her hand and she cannot use her legs. She was completely paralyzed, and she was working as a programmer, computer programmer over there. And because there is possibility she can work with the chin control, and there is possibility she can work with the teeth. I have seen the people over there, and also I have seen the America, another lady, and she was completely paralyzed, and she cannot use her hands, and she cannot use her feet, and also her blood pressure. She got the blood pressure problems. She got so much problem, and she was the director of information. She was working in the local organization over there, and she was quite happy with her job. And might be you will surprise, she was driving her car with the chin controls over there. That I have seen with myself. And I have seen also there is possibility for in future the handicapped person can walk again, because there are research also in America and also in Yugoslavia, and also the other countries are researching on this disease. And there is opportunity in future, there is possibility that handicapped people will walk again in future, inshallah ta'ala.
Mr. Amjad, you mentioned 16 countries. What else did you visit?
Well, actually my mission was to know the life of handicapped people over there, how they are managing, how they are working, how is their country behavior with them, and how is their life, and how is the devices over there, and how is research are going on for the handicapped people in their countries. And I have visited 42 rehabilitation centers during my this world tour, and I have also seen latest devices. I have seen also latest research, and I have seen the latest environment they have made for the rehabilitation and for the handicapped people over there. And well, as I have seen, and I am so much happy, and I think I am proud for all handicapped people, because their future is, I can say, that bright. And I think the time is not far when the handicapped will be considered as a normal person, as the normal persons are working in the field, and they are living independently, and they are working everything with themselves.
Mr. Amjad, probably in your mission you faced some difficulties in your life, probably through the people you met or through your traveling. Can you explain some of these difficulties, please?
As myself, you see, I have a big problem about my home. Since 3 months I was looking for the suitable home, and it was very difficult for me that I have find the proper house. No, I have hope. The house which I have got is have the 3 steps, and still it is problem for me, because I need the ramp, and it is very difficult for me that I can climb. We can say it's impossible for a wheelchair person that he can climb the 3 steps. But also the hospital is going to help me for this. Well, especially we can say the hospital staff, they are so much helpful, and they are going to make a ramp for me in the front of my home. Then it will be easy for me to come to my home without help of anybody.
Mr. Amjad, it is very, very interesting point that you brought up, because I remember 4 months ago I was eating in one of the restaurants, and of course I came to the manager and I asked him, do you allow a disabled person to eat in your restaurant? And he said, of course, this is open for all public. And I said, I bet you don't allow anybody who is disabled to come here. He said, why not? I said, because you have 20 steps.
Yes, sir.
And how do you expect a disabled person to jump or climb these 20 steps?
Yeah.
So I think, the local restaurants or the restaurants, the motel, the hotel, the building, they could help the disabled people by facilitating their way in order to feel that they are not disabled. They are just a normal person. Mr. Amjad, I would like to come and talk about your personal life. You mentioned something about a practice, exercise. Can you explain to us what do you do at home, like exercising to keep yourself in shape?
Yeah, before to say about the exercise, I would like to mention something about the accessibility of the handicap here in Riyadh, or Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It's very, very a common problem. if we get to go to the building, it's very difficult for handicapped to go inside. And for the restaurant, for the hotel, and we can say it's 80% are the buildings, the hotels, offices are having the steps. And this is the major problem for the handicapped. They cannot get to inside. And well, I can say it's many problem for me. A few days ago, I just visited one office here, local office. I was as a, we can say, as a customer there, and I was waiting about 1 hour outside. I was asking to the people and come and help me, and they was afraid. How can they help me? How can they carry me? Right, they are also right, but I am also right because I need to go inside. I need to talk to them. I need to solve my problem which I had with them. But I stayed 1 hour, then I come back my home, and I did not solve that problem. And the other thing which you have asked about the exercises, that is very important for the handicapped people to carry their exercises and to keep as the peasant life. Because if I will not have to my exercises, my body will be grow very rubbly. I mean, I'll become very fat, and I means my if I'll not continue the exercises, my hand will be not so strong as I needed. Because it is very important for me that I have to be my body very strong, because I need to lift up my wheelchair, I need to lift up my body with my hands, I need to lift up my others needs which is depend of my life, and it is very important to have my exercises. Supposed to be early morning, I wake up and I go to the bath, and I take my shaves, and I make my and I shave myself, and then I have brush, and then I go to the exercise room to make some exercises to keep body fit for all the day. Then I come back to the kitchen, and I make a breakfast for myself, and then I come back to my room, and I have dressed on myself, and then I used to go to the office. And this is a simple program, we can say the daily, which I am.
No, but what do you call the equipments that you exercise with?
Well, exercises have many equipment, but I think a simple thing is, if handicap is interested to do something, he can do very easily. Supposed to be, we can say the dumbbells to make the hand, to make the body means strong, to make the muscles strong. I mean, we can say the elbows and all shoulders, and it is very important that he can lift the weight. And if he can have a dumbbell, that's good for him. But if he have the alternative, something have the weight like this, he can make exercise with them. I mean, also he need to keep his body fit. He can have the springs, and about the to hand exercise, he can have the clutch to have the exercise for their hand. There are many kinds of exercises, but main thing that if the handicap is interested, because as my experience say, the 99% handicaps are not interested to make their exercises.
I spent some time with you here. I find you cleaning, cooking, exercising, doing everything alone. But we all need a companion, of course.
Yeah.
Are you planning to get married?
Yes, of course. I am so much interested, and inshallah ta'ala next 3 months I will be married. And it is very great problem also for the handicap, because in generally we can't say in here or anywhere in the world, it's very difficult for me, it is very difficult for to be married with the handicapped people. And I am quite lucky. I got many offers from the community, and now alhamdulillah I have selected one, and inshallah next 3 months I will be the married. And I think this will be example, and I can say I will be the first person who will be in this position and who will be the married. I mean, we can say in my area. I cannot say about the world. I am talking about my own range. I can say supposed to be, I can say about the Asia, I will be the first person who will be the married.
Mr. Amjad, I want you to promise me one thing. When you get married, are you planning to invite us and invite all of your brother disabled to come here and see you happy?
Inshallah ta'ala, I will make arrange for a big party for the handicaps, and I will bring to the people, I bring people with the watchers and with the community. I show them what was I am in past and what will be I will. Because I am also planning to start my world tour for the Far East in next after my marriage, inshallah ta'ala. And I will show the people, and I will invite everybody in, also you and Saudi television. I also invite the handicapped people here in Riyadh, and I also my good friends who have always cooperated with me, and I also the especially since long time I am so much interested to say a word. I also interested to be thanked for the Riyadh Hajj Hospital, because they helped me very much really, and they are very great for the handicap. And we can say, I can mention this here, this is the best hospital who's take caring for the handicapped people here in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Mr. Amjad, on behalf of the Saudi television, Channel 2, on behalf of the Saudi people, normal and disabled people, we thank you from our deep heart for this valuable information, and we hope to see you walking one day, and we'll be the first witness on that. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, after listening to this valuable information from this hero, the man who made it all the way, until we see you again, this is Muhsin al-Sheikh Al-Hassan. Say goodbye. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Some of the world's oldest and greatest works of art